Well, you know what day it is today? Today's Sunday. You know what that means? That means right now, this is the smoke sesh. This is the Sunday smoke sesh. I'm highly motivated. So welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the chit chat. Welcome to the talk. You know, tonight is, it's a strange night. It's a strange night to do a podcast because I guess any night is a strange night to do a podcast. So tonight we're going to do something a little different. We're going to get a little deep, maybe a little emotional, maybe a little real, but not for long. You know, it's part of the smoke sesh. It's what we're doing tonight. We're going to have a little chit chat. We're going to have a little talk. We're going to have a little smoke. No expectations, you know, no actual topics. But tonight, I said I'm going to get a little serious. I'm going to get a little emotional. I think tonight I kind of want to talk about milestones and life reflections. I know I don't like to get overly deep on the smoke sessions. But again, milestones are a big deal in life. Life reflections, moments in your life where you look back and you reorganize your entire world. Moments in your life where you look back and you look at the person you were and the person you're becoming. Because every day you're changing. Every single day you're becoming better. A better you. You know, a more emotional, a more stable, a more understanding you. So, end of the year, for me, is always a hard time. Because at the end of the year, we get close to my birthday. And my birthday is always, you know, I was so cold a second ago. I'm not that cold anymore. Okay. So whenever we get close to my birthday, I get a little weird. Because it's one of those milestones that you should be celebrating. It's one of those milestones that you should be proud of and happy. And I am. I'm happy I'm alive. I'm happy I'm surviving. I'm happy I'm turning 50. And then at the same time, I am definitely not happy that I'm turning 50. I'm not happy because I'm getting older. I'm not happy because I can't reverse it. I can't change it. I can't stop it. And this year, probably the first year ever, I feel older. I feel like age is catching up to me. And the decisions I now make are so important, are so serious. And they have constant, you know, they have definite repercussions. I mean, your body feels it, your mind feels it. Oh, that's delicious. Okay. So whenever I'm getting close to my birthday month, I get a little weird. I fall into bouts of not necessarily depression, but deep reflection. And I think that deep reflection, I mean, it comes down to the concept of legacy and what it means to live a meaningful life. What I'm leaving behind in this world, I don't even know anymore. I mean, I say that, and my original point in life was to be famous. My original point in life, and this is so many years ago, was to be known for great achievements, for saving the world and ending world hunger or bringing an end to homelessness. I don't know. I had so many illusions or delusions of grandeur to help the world, but to help myself, to give myself a name, to give myself a legacy, to give myself something to leave behind for the world. And as I got older, it wasn't always about that. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about what I'm receiving. It wasn't about what I'm getting or what I'm leaving behind. Because with good energy, good person, good frequency, good intentional help from the heart, you are leaving something bigger than a legacy. You are teaching the next generation that it's not about money. You know, it's not about fame. It's not about anything but your fellow man and woman. It's not about anything but the people around you and helping them out. So, hey, Christopher, welcome to the show. So to be honest, tonight's show, I didn't know how to start it tonight. I didn't know how to to get on the show and begin because I was in deep, deep reflection all day. I mean, I got up early today. I did a few things. I walked the land. I was digging in my digging project. I'm digging underground greenhouse. And because I'm enjoying the digging so much, look, I even cut myself. I'm lucky this is all that happened. I'm not gonna even tell you how stupid I was and what I was doing. I might tell you later because I get pretty stupid with some of the actions that I take. So today I got up just like any other day and I felt fine. I felt fine. I started digging. And as I was digging, I was alone. And you know, you're in that motion of doing something and you're in deep thought. And I think that's when it hit me. It hit me. The birthday's right around the corner. I mean, I knew that, but I wasn't talking about it to myself. I wasn't reminding myself that it's getting closer and closer. We are like 2 weeks away, maybe 2.5 weeks away. That's like tomorrow. That's so quick. And again, I should be thankful and happy, and I am. I should be thankful and happy that it is becoming my birthday. But at the same time, I want to turn back the years. I want to relive not the person I was, but the person I am now. I want to soak in history and knowledge and culture and food and people now. And I want to do it for another 50 years, another 60 years, another 100 years. So for me, this is an emotional moment. And turning 50 is a milestone. I've got friends that are 60, that are 70, and they're like, look, once you hit 50, that's it. You know, at that point, you stop counting. Really? I think I'd always still keep counting. So right now, I'm going through an emotional overwhelm. I'm going through an emotional charge. So my grandmother is turning 100 years old on December 5th. 100 years old. And on the 13th, I turned 50. So same month, you know, to me, it's mind-boggling. She's turning 100. I am exactly half her age. I'm turning 50. She has lived her entire life and has seen wonders and governments and changes throughout our historical timeline. And so have I, in different ways. So I think when I was saying I'm trying to explore the concept of legacy, I'm trying to explore the concept of a meaningful life. But I think the whole meaningful life comes down to how you see your life, how you appreciate your life, how you love your life. Look, before I continue getting too serious, I rolled 3 joints. I don't know which one to start with. So this is burnt orange. I can tell by smell. This is blueberry headband. And that's the Holy Grail. Ooh, that is so lemony. That is delicious. Okay, so what am I going to start with? I'll be honest, I think I'm going to start with the burnt orange. It's the fattest hoochie noochies, zoinka doink of the group. So I'm going to start with this one, and we're just going to keep chit-chatting. Maybe a little bit more about my emotional overwhelm today, because that is what put me in my mood. It drained me emotionally. It drained me physically because of the emotional overwhelm. And it's an overwhelm of, I mean, I'm drained. It's not just my birthday. I guess it's the current political environment. It's the international political climate. We are on the brink of war overseas. I mean, they're already at war, and they're already using weaponry that we have not used on a battlefield ever before. We're talking about Russia recently shooting an ICBM, an intercontinental ballistic missile, over at the Ukraine side. And that right there is a huge escalation, an enormous escalation in the current wartime situation over there. And it's not just that, it's the problems in the Middle East. It's right now the problems in the Sudan. There are issues worldwide, and it feels like worldwide we're on fire. We're on fire. we need some damage control. Let me do a little damage control myself. So I'm starting with the burnt orange. It's a hybrid leaning sativa, very orangey, very similar to Orange Bowl and some of the other. You're on a boat. Hey, welcome to the show. And you are on a boat. You have something named blueberry. There was recently, I was smoking something called blueberry, a hybrid leaning sativa that came from two indicas. The blueberry that I was smoking was a cross strain of Flow, which is Afghani and purple Thai. Delicious. There's a blueberry yum yum that I would love to smoke, and anything along the lines of blueberry yum yum. I think Ludacris did a rap song about the joys of that strain, blueberry yum yum. And I have smoked many different blueberries, and many of them are very yum yum. But right now it's a little bit of a burnt orange. Let me see. You snuck 2 turn vapes on and having the best time. Oh, are you on a cruise boat? Oh, I'm so jealous. That is awesome. Actually, that's kind of what I want to do for my 50th in December. I want to take like a little mini cruise. I want to take a mini cruise and not even leave the boat. I just want to stay on the boat, look at the ocean, listen to the waves, watch the people, watch the energy. But that's pretty awesome. I bet you are having an awesome time on that boat. Enjoy. Have a few drinks for me and a couple more puffs out of the vape for me. That is awesome. But no, I'm smoking a little burnt orange, and I'm telling you, I don't have a topic tonight, but I do. My topic really more is emotional overwhelm. I told you at the beginning of the show, I didn't even want to start the show today. I mean, I now do. Now I'm excited. Now I'm part of the show. Now I feel better. Now I'm here. But before the show started today, I was emotionally and physically drained. I guess I had nothing in me, but I'm attributing it to different things. I think maybe I'm getting sick. Maybe I'm coming down with something. I mean, my daughter, she's been sick the last 2 days, and she's had terrible headaches, and that's been emotionally draining me. When she's sick, I'm sick mentally. When she's sick, I don't feel good. When she's not feeling well, I can't think straight. So she hasn't been feeling well for the last 2 nights. She was throwing up last night again, and she was throwing up the night before. And I think maybe this added to my emotional draining, my physical and emotional draining, because I love my little girl and she's sick, and it hurts me inside to see her in pain, to see her suffer. At any moment, it hurts me. So, and you know, so I think for me, that's part of the emotional drain. That, and my birthday's next month, and it's gonna bother me. It's like every year, actually no, not every year. This year, more than other years, I'm feeling it. But every year, the closer I get to December, the stranger I become, the deeper I become. I feel like every single birthday I change. Every single birthday I become a little deeper, maybe a little more conscious, a little more aware of my health, a little more aware of my emotions, more aware of the people around me and their emotions. So for me, it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing, birthdays, but I'm still not happy about it. I'm happy I've survived this long, but not totally happy that it's the 50th, that I'm that old. I mean, it's not that old. I know it's not that old, but I feel it. I feel it this year more than others. Okay, wait, I missed some comments. You snuck some vapes on the boat. Yes, have a few drinks for me. I am not aware of any TV show where people sit around and smoke and talk about different strains. You know, something there should be, though. There should be shows where we sit around and just smoke. Just get together. I actually wanted to do the show on a couch. So I'd have the couch sitting here, and it's like, welcome to Orin's couch. Welcome to not a show. Welcome to an opportunity for us really to get together and smoke and to talk and to laugh and to just let go and be emotional, be authentic. Look, how many shows are going to get on there and tell you I didn't want to start the show today? How many shows are going to tell you I was emotionally a wreck before starting the show today? I'm better now. I needed the community. Let me see. Let's go. The Margaritaville I'm on has great deals. Yo, get me the information. It's my birthday next month. I want to go on a cruise. That's it. Margaritaville. Ooh, I can knock back some strawberry margaritas. Delicious. Or a lovely limerita. Actually, wait, no. Best margarita I've ever had was at the the State Fair in Texas. And it was a bacon margarita. The most delicious thing I've ever put in my mouth. Like probably ever. But it was a bacon lime margarita. And when I tell you delicious, ridiculous. Absolutely delicious. I know I'm not supposed to be drinking that, but I didn't have any tea. I didn't have anything healthier. So I had to bite the bullet and drink the Dr. Pepper. I mean, it's delicious. Okay. Blueberry, yes. Blueberry, yum. Oh, absolutely delicious. Any blueberry strain I always get very excited about. Unless they're really, really heavy indicas. And even still, I love the flavor. I love the aroma. You see, it's great looking back and understanding where you were and where you are now and realizing, wow, I'm more mature. I learned something. I'm going different direction, but that's true. And I think the older you get, that's when you start to realize it. The older you get, you start to sit back and you appreciate it for saying, I've learned something. Like this year, I look back at the year and I say, wow, I have learned something. Wow, I've grown from this. Wow, I have changed. That is exciting. And you're absolutely right. I shouldn't discount that at all. That is exciting. And I'll tell you, maybe I rolled this one too tight. It's pulling a little bit better. If you feel like you rolled your joint too tight, just kind of take it between your fingers and do this. Just kind of give it a quickie loosening and everything will be fine. See, this room is just hot. It's the lights. Outside of this room, it's cold. It is freezing cold out there. I'm running around with a jacket. You saw me. I started the show with a jacket and a Hawaiian shirt. I should probably get my scarf. That'll really look good with a Hawaiian shirt. But yeah, margaritas are great. I can knock back quite a few strawberry margaritas. Love the strawberry ones with fresh strawberries. Oh, delicious. I think this is everything. This is an energy of its own. This is a mindset of its own. This is a direction of its own. I need this virtual smoke session more and more every single time. I need this. This is the energy that it becomes and that it is and that I look forward to. I told you earlier before the show I was drained. I was emotionally, physically out of it. My daughter's sick. I'm turning 50. Birthday's next month. My grandmother is going to be 100. Holy shit, holies. I mean, that's insane. And hey, welcome to the show. You know, and the wild thing about having these emotional overloads, sometimes you need it. Sometimes you need to feel something. My kids sometimes say I'm very stoic with my emotions. And I don't let out my emotions enough. I don't open up about what's going on with me. And instead I put on a really good front. And I don't want to have that front on the show. I do it for my kids to be strong sometimes. I don't want them to see me so emotional about certain things, like life and letting life catch up to you the way it does. And like today is such an emotional day for me. It's not just the birthday. It's not just coming to an end of a year and beginning a new year. It's not just our political environment. It's not just my daughter is sick. It's not just the chaos all around and the holidays and the this and the that. It's not just that, but it's all of that. It's not being able to help enough people. It's wanting to do more every single year for the people around me. And I think the fun part, I keep coming back, the show is what I need. At first, it's just a podcast. It was just a chance to talk. And the more I talk, the more I realize I need this. I need this to push my emotions out of my body. I need this to get in touch with people again. My biggest deal was a smoke sesh. I used to love getting together and having a little smoky tokey with people because emotionally we open up. And as friends, we become closer because we've let those bricks off of our shoulders. We've taken that weight of all that bullshit that we carry and we take it off and we smoke and we talk and we are emotionally open. I needed this. I needed this emotional openness to be open with you. The audience, my friends, all of us are friends. All of us are friends. Anybody on the show is a friend. Even if you've never seen them or spoken to them or ever heard of them, they're still your friend. We're here all together. And the energy of our together is what's helping me right now. You know, I think this is one of my coping mechanisms for dealing with stress and dealing with exhaustion, especially during such significant life changes like right now. Every day we're going through massive life changes, but we're also going through new political climates. We're also going through new environmental climates. Since COVID, we stopped getting together. Since COVID, we no longer come together as community to smoke because we're so afraid of catching something or I don't know, maybe emotionally opening up. Maybe COVID made us pull inside so much that now we're afraid to open up. Now we're afraid to be emotional with our friends. We're afraid to be authentic. I'm joining from LinkedIn, but now I have your YouTube subscribed and can join from there too. You know, emotionally, that's part of the biggest deal. We on our own deal with so much. I don't open up to Angie. Me and Angie don't talk. Not like this. We don't talk emotionally anymore. We used to. But now we're so guarded on everything we say and everything we do. We don't talk emotionally. So I'm more emotional with the show and I'm more authentic with all of you on Highly Motivated. Than I even am sometimes in my own family. I don't know why. I mean, here, if I'm being judged, I don't give a shit. Here in my family, if I'm being judged, it's maybe more emotional. Maybe it's more serious. It's more personal. I think maybe we hold so much inside. We hold so much inside of us. And in all of that we hold, we need a place to let it go. We need a place to talk. We need a place to be emotional, to be authentic. For me, it's Highly Motivated. It's my 3 times a week that I get to see the community. I get to speak to people. I get to feel your energy. And you know, and we get to be real for a little while. That's what I really think the show is. And I don't know what's going on in this room. This has now become the hottest room. It's like a sauna. It's if I open the door, it's freezing cold. I had a jacket on. I'm like all bundled up before the show began. I think that was also emotion, though. I think my emotions had me so wound up, and my emotions had me so overwhelmed that I was starting to feel sick. I was starting to feel nauseous, not nauseous, but like cold and delicate. Because as you're getting sick, your body starts to feel very delicate. Let me see. I'm in Florida. That's another universe. Florida's a crazy place. Florida is Florida, man. Every day you see things that remind you how much you're in Florida. Florida's cold. It's cold right now. It's hot during the day. It's cold in the morning and at night. It's really undecisive. It's indecisive weather. Indecisive. Emotional dynamics and conversations changed depending on the audience you're with. Yes. It does change, but it changes more personally. Like here, when I speak to a digital audience, it's still your personal emotion. And it's changing because of the audience. Yes, it's changing because of the environment. I'm changing right now, emotionally for the better. I am releasing the stress and the tenseness and the again, not necessarily down emotional, just overwhelming emotion. I have to admit, I should have rolled this one bigger. I'm not getting the kind of hits out of this that I usually get. There is no subject, and that's okay. There is no subject to ever change. Here on Highly Motivated, there is no topic. There is no expectation of what we're actually talking about. It's anything we feel like we want it to be. And I see over here, don't they have dadgum crocodiles in Florida? Yes, I have one. I've got a croc that's like, from where I'm sitting, if you go down, I'm talking like 300 feet away, he's probably sitting there right now. 300 feet away, he's right there right now. One eye, because I shot the other eye out. The other eye is gone. But here on the land, that's what goes on. So I'm here in Florida. All right, so for those of you that are just jumping into the show and those of you that are asking, I'm broadcasting live from just outside of Gainesville, Florida, so like 20 minutes outside of Gainesville. I have 7 acres on an undisclosed parcel of land, and on this 7 acres, it's like a freaking jungle. There are crocodiles. There are long-legged birds that are like dinosaurs. They sound like dinosaurs. And then I've got the crocodile or the gator. I've got the gator. It's a gator. It's an alligator. Not a gator. I think crocodiles are in Africa. Africa has crocodile, alligator here. But we do have alligators, I think. But it's an alligator with one eye. I'm pretty sure it's got one eye. I shot the other one with a BB gun. That's all I had. I went running. So, okay, the story on that. I was walking my dog, my little Chi-Chi, my little Chihuahua. And I'm walking the dog right outside the house, just right over here. And I'm walking the dog, and the dog's sitting there taking a poop. I look over at the dog. I mean, I don't want to watch the dog taking a poop, but I look over. I'm like, all right, are you almost done? Then as I looked and I stopped, I look over again, and there's the alligator's mouth was open. It was a 7-footer, easy 7-footer, just sitting there on the embankment, mouth open. The dog is taking a poop right there, like this far away. This far away! The thing's mouth is open. He's about to eat the Chi-Chi. So I freaked out. I yanked Chi-Chi right out of the way. We go running into the house. I grabbed the only thing close to me, which is a stupid BB gun. And I'm over here pumping the thing up. I'm like, I shot like 3 times at it and the thing didn't move. Got it in the eye. That's when I know I hit it, and it took off. And then since then, I've been petrified to go into that part of the pond because I know he's there. I know he's waiting for me. It's going to be like a Captain Hook, Peter Pan kind of situation. Fucking alligator's going to come up. You know, it's like, if you remember the book, it swallowed the watch. The watch was ticking where the clock was ticking, and that's how Captain Hook would know that the alligator was close by. All right, I let this one go out. But since I let that go out, we're going to go ahead and grab the, the blueberry headband. Oh, that's delicious. This one I think I rolled a little tight. All sativas tonight. So let me see where we're at. I like those macroscopic close-ups of trichomes you put. Well, thank you. Aren't those crystals beautiful? I did post a video I did the other day where you were pulling apart the bud and you could see those gorgeous trichomes and you could see the icky sticky. I love the icky sticky. I need to make a t-shirt like that. I love the icky sticky. Okay, wait, let me make sure this is, wait. This is the one. I can tell by smell, by initial smell of the joints, what's, which one is gonna be. All right, anyways, let me see, wait. You couldn't pay me to live there. You could, look, I never thought I was gonna move to Florida. I never thought Florida was gonna be the place that I was gonna buy land. So let's go back like 10, 12 years ago. I left Texas. I had an emotional breakdown. So I sold my house, sold all my cars. I lived on a golf course. I didn't even play golf. I can't stand golf. Golf is like watching grass grow. If you want anything that will put me to sleep within like 30 seconds, it's going to be golf. Unless you give me the keys to the golf cart, then I'll be fine. That is delicious. It's terrible for me. Terrible for anybody. You shouldn't be drinking soda. But that's delicious. Okay. So, oh my God, the one video in Florida of a little old woman walking her chihuahua by the water. And the gator tries to get her dog, but it grabs the grandma instead, and the chihuahua escapes. Holy shit. Holy shit. That sounds terrible. I have not seen that video. I have not seen the video with the grandma I saw the video of the golfer jumping into the water to save his dog. Because, was it a golfer? His ball or the dog? It was the dog. And I guess he had a cigar in his mouth, and the guy had a cigar in his mouth, went into the water, grabbed the gator, pulls the gator and the dog out of the water. And he opens the mouth, and he's sitting there, and he's punching the gator. This old dude, it had to be in the Villages. I wish I would have seen it in person. But he's punching the gator. He's opening the mouth. The dog runs. He throws the gator back in, and he's still smoking a stogie. Wow. You saw that. See? That was badass. To me, that is Florida. That is Florida all the damn time. To one degree or another. I think the old retired people here are like tougher. They're badder ass. I'm not all over the place, but I've seen them. They're pretty tough. Like they lift weights. They'll jump in lakes and fight crocodiles. Not all old people will make it here in Florida. Some are gonna die. It's just gonna happen. I'm sorry. This is Florida. Excuse me. See, you drink soda, it gives me gas. Let me like this one. But you saw that beginning of the show. Emotionally, I wasn't there. Emotionally, I was drained. Emotionally, I was done. I told you, my daughter was sick and she wasn't feeling good. And that emotionally has drained me. That emotionally has changed me. But you know something? I needed community. I needed friends. I needed our virtual smoke sesh. Because when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling emotionally just so much coming at you, and I'm not going to go crazy deep into my life and tell you why I'm having emotional issues beyond my birthday and beyond, other than, because it's all of these things are small things that are just being created in my own head. All of these things that I'm dealing with, all these emotional roadblocks that I'm having to jump over, it's because I created them. Look, you create all the problems for yourself because you put them in front of you. You emotionally create them. It's how you look at life, and it's how you approach it. I needed this show to remind me how I approach life. The joy and enthusiasm that I look at every single day and every single situation with. The other day I was helping out my son and I was mopping and cleaning up. He's like, "Why are you so happy and whistling?" I'm like, "Because I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it." This morning I was doing it, actually. That's the other day. It was this morning. And I was just like, I'm just happy cleaning. I'm happy helping you. And I don't know, that kind of Anyways, it's just, I can have fun doing anything. And I guess for me, that's what it's about. Oh, wait, what's this? Same vibe as the dude in Australia punching a kangaroo that had his dog in a headlock. Look, you do not want to fuck with these kangaroos. These kangaroos are like no joke. Australia is one of the places I would love to go. There's Ayers Rock. Ayers Rock is this. I don't know what my problem is. I'm letting all my joints go out tonight. This is Blueberry Headband. Initially, a little spicy. Not what I was expecting. Now, I'm smoking these in 3 different papers as well. Each blend I've put in a different style paper. And probably this can make no difference in the long run. But I'm just telling you. Ooh, that smells good though. Well, that's got a lovely aroma. Okay. That might not be Blueberry Headband. This might be the Holy Grail. Sometimes you mix them up and you don't know which one you're grabbing, and who really cares? I'm gonna smoke them all anyways. This might be the Holy Grail. Damn delicious. Okay, they're the closest thing to werewolf that exists, and I don't fuck with them. You know something? Nobody should be fucking with these kangaroos. Have you seen the way they fight? Every video I've seen with a kangaroo, they come in, they're like, and you're like, this is how the animal's gonna start? No hug, no pet, no cuddly shit? No, I'm gonna fuck you up. Leave the kangaroos alone. Okay, so Australia has this place called Ayers Rock. A giant magnetic anomaly. All the landscape around this place is flat, except for this enormous, gigantic rock that stands in the middle of this landscape. In the middle of this flat, barren desert area is this gigantic rock formation, which I'm not saying it's aliens. I mean, I could be saying it's aliens. Okay. So Ayers Rock, it's magnetic. It's a holy spiritual place. It's a place where maybe the energetic realms are very close together. You know, it's been known there's portals that open up in that area, just like on Skinwalker Ranch. I'm not gonna start talking about Skinwalker Ranch right now. There's some crazy shit that I saw the other day on that video. I just can't get over it. It's like they're telling us things right in our face, but it is aliens. They're telling us things right in our face, and we're not paying attention to it. Remember other day's show? The show we had the other day, I think it was Friday's show. Friday's show, we were talking about aliens. Friday's show, we were talking about disclosure, and they're putting it right in our face, and we're not paying attention. We're not paying attention. I do not know what's going on. I do not know what's going on. I just keep letting things come out. I rolled them kind of tiny. I need to make a cannabis run tomorrow. Wait, what's going on here? The Man from 3026? I probably have seen it. I mean, I don't know though. Maybe I haven't. Let me write that down. Hold on. We're gonna see some shit though. Hold on. Man from 3026. Okay. I'm glad you corrected that by 10 years, because that could have fucked up everything. I was going to be looking for that later, going, the Man from 3026. 3026. Nothing's coming up. It's like another one of those fucking time portal things. Oh, wait. Big one, y'all. Big one. I'm so glad I just fucking remembered it. Hold on. This is huge. Okay. Time slips. Let's just talk about time slips. Let's just quickly, I didn't want to forget. Ed McMahon. Everybody's heard of Ed McMahon, yes? Ed McMahon from Publishers Clearinghouse? Never happened. Never happened. Publishers Clearinghouse giving away those huge $1 million checks to people was Ed McMahon. No, it wasn't. But it was. I swear to God it was. I know it was. Growing up in my history, so recently something happened. Remember how we've spoken about it before, that there are the Mandela effect. There are certain slips. And we've spoken about it on other shows where we talk about these subtle slips in time that change everything. But we know better. We know what's going on. We know. Okay. And this just happened. Ed McMahon. Did he die? Did Ed McMahon just die or something? Is that why they're bringing him up? I don't know. And if he did die, my condolences to Ed McMahon or to his family and to all the people. I mean, you're going to die. It happens. We're all going to die. I don't want to even talk about that right now. But the most recent Mandela effect was stating basically that Ed McMahon never was part of Publishers Clearinghouse. He never went and presented the checks to people. I remember growing up, I remember watching the flipping commercial on TV with Ed McMahon holding this big old check, and he's presenting it to people that are smiling and laughing and happy. Never happened, they're saying. In this reality that we are in right now, they're saying that never happened. So I just wanted to bring it up, just wanted to throw it out there, because I thought this was very recent, very shocking for me. There's been a lot of Mandela effects lately. There's been a lot going on most recently where I feel like our time is slipping. And we had a show where we talked about it. On the show, we were even mentioning that possibly through the interference of government, time travel, that they've maybe messed up our timeline. Or they, our government or the scientists or whomever, are the ones responsible for creating what we understand as the multiverse. The multiverse. Because every decision we make sends our other realities off in multiple directions. You know, I didn't even know that tonight's show would go in this direction. I know when I started the show, I was overwhelmed still emotionally, and physically I just didn't have that energy I kept talking about, that I just didn't have anything in me. And now I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel super energetic. I feel like a new energy for the day. I mean, I know it's 8 something, almost 9 o'clock at night, and now I feel a new energy, but that's okay. Look, Sunday is an amazing day of the week. It's the end and the beginning, because there is no Monday. It's like, oh, it's Monday, the beginning. Monday, the beginning. There is no Monday. Monday's just a day. Monday's just a name. It's how you approach it. Sunday's the beginning. And then when you go, well, shit, Sunday's almost done. I can't complain about Sunday because it's like here and now and gone and done. Exactly. Monday is not even the beginning. It's right now. Kind of like, I like to go by the ideology of Anthony Bourdain. Live by the seat of your pants, but have a plan. Have a loose plan, but live by the seat of your pants. And that's what I try to do. I have a loose plan for the week ahead. I have a loose understanding of the week ahead. You know, emotionally, I mentioned some of the things bothering me. I'll tell you more. Look, Thanksgiving is coming. And I'm not celebrating the taking over of a culture. I'm not celebrating the destruction of a culture of a pre-nation. And I'm not giving credit to Christopher Columbus for discovering America, because he didn't. The Vikings were here before. The Chinese were here before. Possibly the ancient Egyptians were here even way before. So I'm not going to give Christopher Columbus any credit. I'm sorry. Christopher Columbus, I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. That's it. That's what you get. Okay. But Thanksgiving for me is something still different. It's giving thanks for you. All of you. It's, yes, that guy. Yes, that guy. That guy. So Thanksgiving is giving thanks for you, giving thanks for my family, giving thanks for my community, giving thanks for life, giving thanks for Mother Earth, giving thanks for the trees and the air and the fish, giving thanks for the wind speaking. You know, when you can hear the wind rustling through trees and it tells you a story. Thanksgiving shouldn't be for Christopher Columbus pretending to have, or the Spanish pretending to have a meal with the indigenous Indians and accepting them in. The Indians should be accepting them in. They should be looking for their acceptance. Anyways, you know, we should all be getting back closer to our Mother Earth traditions. That's what Thanksgiving should be. And this right there. Christopher just said it. Thank you. I've been trying to find a way to iterate. So Thanksgiving feast has always been the most important part to me. It's the feast. It's the coming together of people, of love, of emotion, and all that love, all that emotion goes in the food. So this year, it's the first year we're not doing anything. We're not making a big, gigantic meal. We're not going anywhere. We're not inviting anybody. We're being very solemn and somber about our Thanksgiving meal. And that bothers me. Because for me, it's about the food. It's about the people. It's about the cooking. It's about the love of the family. And the reigniting of family. The reigniting of love. So that's Thanksgiving. And every year, things get harder. Emotionally harder, physically harder. You know, every year, we need Thanksgiving. Not the holiday that's created, but instead the holiday we celebrate inside and with family, with love, with emotion. That to me is some of the most important things. And because this year we're not, you know, my family's not paying attention. I mean, it's not that I don't want to do it. I want to, but nobody seems to give a shit. Nobody seems to want to come together. They all want to do their own thing. They all want to go their own direction. And that's emotionally maybe why I'm also famished. I'm also all out there, because maybe my twins, they're 21. They don't give a shit. They're in their own world. I mean, they're 21 and they're twins. They're good-looking boys, and they're kind, and they're strong, and they're educated, and they're out there having a good time. So they don't give a shit about me, and they don't give a shit about the family right now. Maybe they will one day. You know, but that's okay. I understand. I'm not angry. My oldest daughter, she's 18, and she doesn't give a shit about me. I mean, sure, she loves me, but she probably doesn't like me. I mean, she's 18. She doesn't like anybody in the family, I'm quite sure. I think that's just understandable. You know, 18 years old, female, growing, mentally going through so much, not just with her mind, but with her body, and with friends, and with love and emotion. So I give her as much space as she needs, but But I demand a hug out of each one of my kids at least twice a week, whether they want to give me a hug or not. And sometimes it's kind of like a virtual hug on the phone. Here, Dad, here's the hug, shut up. All right, I'll take it. At least he mentally sent me a hug. My youngest daughter, she's 6. And like I said earlier, she's sick. She's not feeling well. She's not feeling well, so it hurts me inside. Emotionally right now, it's like, I feel like it's like a tornado. Not doing a Thanksgiving. My kid's not caring right now. My daughter is sick. I really only have the, I don't like to say it like that, but I have the show. I have you guys, all of you. You are who I talk to and communicate with and even get emotional with. Family sees you differently. They hold a lot on you, a lot of responsibility and a lot mentally, and they see you in a light because they paint you in a light. You don't paint me in a light. Or if you are painting me in a light, I don't know. I don't give a shit. And here's the problem. They paint me in a light here, but I don't give a shit. That's the problem. That's where I fuck things up a little bit. And they think I'm stoic or I'm not as emotional as I need to be because all the different hard emotional things that we go through, it hits me. I have to go through it. I have to fix it, or I have to mentally or emotionally go through it. And it doesn't show. I let things break down. I listen to it reasonably. I think about what I can do reasonably, and it comes out, I don't know where. Maybe they see it. Maybe it's frustration. Maybe maybe in their eyes, I'm so many different things. But here in the show, but here's the thing, I don't let it get to me. I don't let them judge me because I don't see it. I see it, but I really don't feel it. Not until it emotionally overwhelms me. Not till it emotionally blows me up like today. But again, what did I show? I'm sitting there. I worked hard. I dug, creating the underground greenhouse, and I helped clean up for the boys. And I'm doing this, so I'm exhausted. Physically, I exhaust myself. Physically, I ran myself into the ground today. Into the ground so that I couldn't show emotion. Maybe so I could get my body to stop moving so my mind can think properly. And instead, it just shut down. Instead, my mind took all of the emotion from the kids, from Thanksgiving coming up, not seeing my dad, thinking about my mom, not seeing my cousins or overseas or in other parts of the country. The holidays right around the corner. Fuck. That's another thing to think about. Birthday, which I really don't give a shit about the birthday. I'm not like, oh, I have a birthday, we have to make it a big fucking deal. I've never had a birthday party. I've never celebrated one of my fucking birthdays. That's not true. That's not true. I take it back. When I turned 21, my dad took me on a cruise. Took the whole family on a cruise, but took me and the family. My gift was the cruise for everybody. And and I had a fucking great time. That was a great way to turn 21. You go on a fucking cruise. Boom. And so, that's it. That's the only time I've celebrated. And now I'm turning 50. And I need to celebrate life. I need to celebrate emotion. I need to celebrate a milestone of being alive and living and understanding differently, physically and emotionally. That's something to celebrate. Being such a different Oren now than I was 20 years ago, both good and bad. Because some of the old Oren I want back. Some of the old confidence and emotion I want back. Because it just, I don't know, maybe I miss it. Maybe I wouldn't like it if I had it back. Maybe if I had it back, I just wouldn't like it. I mean, I don't know. You see your fan. Oh, did I vote? Did I vote? I don't talk politics on this show. Fuck politics. Sorry. And it doesn't matter who you vote for because they're all the fucking same. It doesn't matter who you vote for because there's still an underground government or society calling the shots. More corporate than dark and mysterious. And even though corporate can be very dark and mysterious, I really think it's more like Rothschilds or, you know, the people who make food and drinks and cigarettes, and they're controlling shit. So it doesn't really matter who gets in office, but whoever gets in office and they start to fix shit, then fix shit. Make things better. Not just for you, for everybody. I mean, if we gave a shit, there would be no hungry. No hunger. If we gave more of a shit, there'd be no homeless. If we put our foot down and all worked the fucking together, we would have universal health care, universal education, universal housing, universal food. As an entire fucking planet, we could solve every problem that we had if we just came together. And that's one of my dreams, is to smoke a joint with the entire world, digitally or personally. It's going to be a little harder to do personally. But to do that and for us to fucking come together, to get over ourselves, to stop just looking like you're the only thing in the world, like you're the only thing that's important. You're not. None of us are. But as a group, as a community, as an everything, we are so important. We are so amazing. Yes, individual, you are still amazing. Yes, individual, you are strong, you are powerful, you are capable. But you're not the only cog in the wheel. You're not the only wheel on the car. You are not the only driver. My examples are terrible. Sorry. Not sorry. My family seems very free, spirited, not political. So, you want a little orange honesty? I mean, I'm always honest with you. Always. Wife is very political. Estranged wife here is very political. Did I say my strange wife? My strange wife. Very political. Very. But the opposite of me. We are two opposites on the political landscape. So take that for whatever you will. Totally opposite, but not opposite. But I think as we've grown as individuals, she has grown into more of a strong woman. Excuse me, a strong, intelligent, independent woman. And I, as a very free spirit, emotional, creative free spirit of sorts, I put my life into work. That's a hard one. I put my life into work. I just work so that they can have a better life. They don't have to struggle. They don't have to stress or worry if the food's going to be on the table. I mean, we don't have much money, but we have lots of food. I mean, I make sure that look, I love shopping at Aldi's. Aldi's is great. Love Aldi's. Good discounts. They have these big slabs of Alaskan salmon. Mwah. I'm just telling you, beautiful. Pick up one of these for dinner, cut it in nice big chunks, marinate it all day in soy sauce, ginger, healthy amounts of garlic, fresh lime. A little bit of salt, not too much because the soy sauce is very salty. And then you take it out of that and then you bake it. And voila, there you go. Now you can bake it at a very low temperature, let it take its time. Like do like 250. 200, 250, and then knock it up to like 350 so you get a quick sear on the top of the salmon. Why am I talking salmon right now? Aldi's, great place to go. What the fuck was I talking about? I don't even know. See, I went off into La La Land and I started saying something else. Okay, so no, we're not really political because we don't talk politics here in the house because since we differ in political thinking, we just don't talk politics. Don't take it personally. Teens don't like anyone. Because they're so self-centered. Mentally, they are so self-centered. You're right. Don't take it personally. It's not you, it's them. They have a lot going on in their life because they're trying to understand everything. Kids are trying to understand everything, just like we are. They don't realize that we too are learning every single day. We too are learning. Look, I'm 50. I have a handful of children, and I'm still learning to be a dad all the time. I'm still learning to be a good dad all the time, or what defines a good dad, or how I define one. I don't judge myself with anybody else. I don't give a shit. I don't care if anybody judges me. Couldn't care less. Doesn't bother me. You get to a point in your life, you just stop giving a shit. And when you stop giving a shit, things just make sense. When you stop giving a shit, you become a better father because you're not trying to be like the Joneses. You're not trying to impress anybody. Who gives a shit? Impress yourself. Impress your kids. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. What is that? Wow. Okay. You put a little weed and sugar in me, and that's it. It's a party. I think it says, you are stoic and unemotional. I find that hard to believe. Thank you. I think it's just one of my kids fucking with me, trying to just get under my skin, knowing that I'm on this emotional journey. I have always been loud. I have always been wild. But I used to be very depressive wild. A very depressive loud. Just angry at the world. Angry at myself. I was this teenager going into my 20s, 21, 22, 27. I didn't understand the world. I didn't understand anything. And I was so angry all the time. I wasn't angry at anybody specifically. I was just angry because I didn't understand. I was just angry because of the overwhelming emotion, and I did not know how to process it then. So now, how do I process it? Smoke sesh. Highly motivated. Sunday. That's how I process it. That's how I process. I'm processing it live and in person. I am processing it right now. Sure. It's things I already knew. Sure. Whatever this is making me cough. Or it could be the paper. Oh, wait. It is. It's the French white. I've noticed the French whites always make me cough initially. It's like you have to get used to them. Anyways, they're just trying to figure themselves out. I told my stepdaughters, you don't really ever grow up. You just get older. Yeah, it's the truth. You do just get older, but you understand better. You're more empathetic emotionally, more understanding of other people's feelings besides just your own. When you're a kid, it's just your own feelings. Fuck everybody else. It's just you. And if we are not emotional to their emotionality of it being just them, then they're angry at us because we're not open to their emotional dysmorphia. I don't know where these words are coming from right now, but they sounded good for a moment. Ooh, we also made tea last Friday. Just wanted to mention this. Last Friday, we made tea together. And for me, this was one of the best making tea I've ever done. I mean, I've made a lot of tea, cannabis tea. We made that Friday. So if you can, go back, look at Friday's show. We made such a delicious tea with hibiscus and elderberry and rosehip, ashwagandha. There was black tea. There was ginger and turmeric, beautiful local honey. And we used high cubed sugars. I was going to try to have them available on Oregonji.com. I was going to try to have the sugars available for purchase, the infused sugars, but they just didn't come in yet. So I don't want to have something out there until I have all the ducks in a row. That's it. Getting all the ducks in a row. But the sugar was great. So I need to tell you, after the show, I was really high. I was really high. I mean, I was high. highly motivated. I was enthusiastic like you wouldn't believe. So after the show, the tea, first, I just want to say the taste of the tea. So we made a beautiful black tea blend. And we were having high tea together with high cubed sugar on the show. The blend that I was just talking about was one of the most delicious teas I've ever had. But I want to let you know it went heavy on the honey and heavy on the sugar. So heavy honey, heavy sugar. But it was watermelon sugar. Look, I still have some of it right here. Not very much left. This bag was full. Okay. Oh, I see this one. The worst thing is when you have an argument with your teen daughter and then she proves you wrong. Okay, I'll tell you how you handle that. You don't acknowledge that there was ever an argument in the first place. No. That's terrible. That's like ghosting or something, or I don't know what the hell that is. Ghosting or shadow banning. Shit, I don't know. There's so many words these days. Look, just be simple. No words. Look them right in the eye and be like, okay, you're right. I'm wrong. That's it. That acknowledgement right there is the world for them, but it's also the world for you. It shows both of you that you're still learning. And it shows you being humble, you being, I don't know, you being real. I talk to my 6-year-old like she's an adult because she understands. She empathizes, she relates. She's an old soul because she's related to like a real person. So she talks to people like real people. She is aging fantastically. She still gets to be a kid. She still gets to be this. But I speak to her like an adult. I mean, not a total adult. I'm much more kind and easy and gentle with my words. Never doesn't make it seem like you're dumb. If you turn to them, and in that, I turn to my kids if they prove me wrong. Like if we're in an argument, it's a serious argument. I'm not going to tell them that same day. Fuck that. Oh no. Okay. Here, I'll tell you why. I told you I'm building an underground greenhouse and we're clearing some land and whatnot. So one of the twins, Gideon, he's a good kid, but you really got to push him to do chores. So I'm out there and I've been digging for days. I don't see him out there doing shit. And then the other day I hear he's in there talking, I did all this work out there and da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, what work were you doing? So we got in an argument about it. I said, I hadn't even seen you. Because I was out there all day working. I'm like, bullshit, you weren't working. I'm like, I was working. Are you taking credit for the digging I was doing? And he's like, he looked at me like, it was like, digging. And he walks away and I'm angry. So I go out there to look and I'm standing at all the area that was dug and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what did he do? No, nothing else has been done since I've been out here. What has he done? Am I feeling crazy? I walk around the long way of the Machu Picchu embankments or shelving into the ground that I'm digging. It's a lot of digging. I'm doing a lot of terraforming. And I look out into the field and I'm like, it looks so neat. Oh shit. He must have been out there cutting it down by hand. But that's not where I needed him. I needed him over here. Why is he over there? So yes, he was right. He was working. But at the same time, he was working in the wrong area. So I wasn't feeling that bad about it. So here's the thing. I didn't contact him until the next day. And I was like, hey, Gideon, I just want to let you know, I really appreciate the hard work that you put in to cutting down the fields. And I was wrong. In me saying that you didn't do anything, you did do something. And it's just admitting that you can be wrong. It doesn't make you dumb. It actually makes you even more intelligent. It makes you the bigger person because he would never come to me and admit that he was wrong. Most people would never even come to you and say they were wrong. Most people Don't apologize. Just say, I was wrong. Don't apologize for the argument, because probably some of the things that were said in that argument were emotional and probably needed to be said, but not at that time. But it's probably good they came out. Don't apologize. Acknowledge, yes, I was wrong, and you were right in this situation. That's it. Don't say anything else. Don't create anything else. Don't make it anything else. It makes you the bigger person, the much bigger person, because your strength is in admitting and understanding. Your strength is in seeing the I don't know, the conversation or the situation later, and being able to go, okay, I wasn't 100% right. I was like, 60% right, maybe 40% right. But at the same time, it shows them that you want them to learn like that. You want them to grow up like that. So don't hide that. Show them. Look, I make mistakes all the time. I'm an emotional person, and I get angry emotionally. I come back almost immediately if I see that I'm wrong, and I'll stop. I'll take a deep breath. I'm like, give me a moment. Let me just, shit, I'm an idiot. Okay, listen, I'm wrong. And I shouldn't be yelling, and I shouldn't be screaming, and I shouldn't be emotional about this. I was just letting it get to me. And maybe it's not you. Maybe it's me and the way I'm looking at it. Let's talk about it. Show me what you did. Show me what you're working on. I try to re-look at the whole situation. Because emotion can overwhelm. Emotion can overtake. My ego's like, this little fucker can't help but be proud of the intelligence. True. Gideon does the same thing to me, but at the same time, I'm like, wow. I mean, it does make me proud, because this is the person I'm raising. They're super intelligent, and they're witty, and they're challenging, which it's good. That is a great challenge society. Question everything. That right there is telling you should be very proud. You should be incredibly proud. I mean, again, it's how you look at it. Let me see. Very, very ingenuitive children. I like that. If you're not, by the way, if you're not reading the comments, you got to read this. So her kids went out. They had a lemonade stand. They had the whole neighborhood kids working for them, and were taxing them. Obviously they were going out selling lemonade, and they were taxing the kids. And I like this. That didn't even know what taxes were, but they figured it out. They were like, look, we're going to put together something. We're going to figure it out. One of the things I was talking about tonight was like the passing of time. And, like time, it's fleeting. It's disappearing so quick. And that shapes our perspective on life, how we live it, how we age, how we become. I want more of life all the time. I'm never satisfied. I'm never satisfied with just a little bit. I want a lot of life. And by the way, they're so clever, and that shows how clever you are and how good of a parent you are. That should make you feel good. And I think understanding that there's sharing and taxation and they start understanding society, and that's such an adult understanding. That's such an older perspective, and that's an amazing thing. And that is clever, very clever. Bravo. So I don't know. I guess when it comes to time, and it comes to aging, and it comes to the passing of time, I don't want to get too serious here, but it's about living in the now. I talk about this a lot. I talk about living in the now. There is no past. There is no future. There's only right now, and there may not be tomorrow. You may go to sleep tonight and that is it. And the love and the experience and the history and the knowledge and everything, it carries with you, because remember, you don't die. Your body dies. But the energy within you is something so much more mystical, something so much more magical. But it's not about that. And what it's about is right now. The other day I mentioned this, and again, I don't talk religion, but I was in the Dollar General and I'm waiting in line, and there was these two young ladies in front of me, and they, one was very religious, and she just kept praising Jesus a lot. There was a lot of praising, just oh, praise him this. I'm like, they just gave you your bags and you said praise Jesus, and I'm like, they just gave you your bags. Whatever, praise him. It's good to praise all the time. And then she starts talking about heaven. And then the other lady starts talking about heaven. I may not get into this weird conversation, I don't know. And she starts talking about heaven. And she goes, I can't wait to get to heaven. And I'm like, what is this? And I normally I speak in my head, and it doesn't come out of my mouth. But it came out of my mouth. I'm like, what is all this rushing to die? Rushing to get to heaven? Living your life right now only for heaven? And who would God be to not let somebody in? Who would God be to deny entry to anybody into heaven? I mean, if you look at it, now is heaven. The now that we experience and we create and that we manifest, this is heaven. The sunrise and the sunset, the colors in the sky, a fucking rainbow, a double rainbow, a triple rainbow. Get out of here with a triple rainbow. So I think the point of that part of the conversation is I started talking to these ladies about living now. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Don't think about being a good person. Just be a good person. The one lady's like, well, I know, because I've been okay in my life. I mean, I haven't done anything good really, and I haven't done anything big, but I've been okay my whole life. So I know I'm getting in. And I was like, getting where? Getting in where? It's like she's dying to die. She's dying to get in. I said, how about you just start living now? Start loving now. Start understanding that you are the universe. You are its manifestation and creation. You are the quantum qubit that is performing mass calculations for your computation of the universe. And then you're sharing your computation with other universes or quantum understandings. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying right now. I'm just saying we manifest our universe. We manifest our reality. Live in the now. You smell it, you taste it, you feel it, you understand it. I'm lucky enough where I don't have to carry all the weight of the world with me all the time, because I don't know why. I'm very easily, I can grab it and put it on that imaginary table. Everything goes onto the imaginary table. And I live more now. So I was just trying to remind them to live now, just to love now, to be now, not to live for death, but to live for life. And I said, we are in heaven now. We, right now, are living heaven, emotionally and physically, in a physical realm, with so many amazing souls. So I see over here, you're not going to be able to change the minds of people like that. It wasn't to change their minds. I'm listening and listening and listening and listening, and it just came out. And normally I'm really good about it. Nothing will come out. That's not true. Sometimes things come out of my mouth more than they should. So no, it wasn't to change their minds, but it was to give them a moment to maybe think. A moment to think that they are God. Their emotions are God. Their physical nature is God. Their breath that they breathe is God. The thoughts that they think are God. It is everything. It is everything. It is everything. And it's right now. That's all I was trying to give them, the opportunity. The opportunity to say, okay, life is amazing. Let me live it right now. Let me live it. Let me love it right now. Instead of just doing for the thought of being put into somewhere later, getting into a special club. I see this now. Wait, this is fun. Wait. Here we go. Or you are not soft-spoken. Okay. I will give you that. I'm really not. I grab life by the horns. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not embarrassed of it. If you've met me in public, you'll see that I eat life alive. I love it. I love the flavor and taste of life, the flavor and taste of energy, of you know, I take life on by the horns. Every experience is like I'm on a bull ride. That might be a really good way to look at it. It's like, maybe out of the three, this one's my least favorite. It's like a Stephen King novel. But when I look at the passing of time, I don't so much look at it when I live in the now. We look at it when we look at the past and look at who we were. We look at who we want to be, or who we wanted to be. This right now is who I want to be. This right now is who I'm becoming. And it's everything. And I love that. I'm looking at this right now. I love this. This is like everything, though. I know it's but I eat life. Okay. Most people would be scared shitless to get on a stage in front of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people, 30,000 people, whatever. I did it in Colorado. I was presenting the first act at the Red Rock Stadium during 420, and I was introducing the company that was sponsoring everything, which was Schwaz. Glad I said it right then. And I eat life. I say that because, I don't know, there were so many fucking people. It was an insane crowd, and I was excited to get out there. I was excited to grab the microphone and be like, what's up? And that energy came from the crowd. That energy came from the excitement. I don't get nervous. I get excited. I don't get butterflies. I love butterflies. I don't know what it is. It's like that moment right before you get on stage. I'm the guy that's there like, all right, can I go? Can I go? Can I go? Let me go. Let me go. I thrive on that energy, on that excitement. I thrive on that chaotic adventure. Wow. But that's how I look at life every single day. And no matter what I'm doing, I approach it with that kind of excitement. So whether it's 30,000 people on a stage, and by the way, I don't feel like I can sing, so you're not going to see me on a fucking stage singing. That's embarrassing. I'll get up there, talk, I'll pump up a crowd, I'll get out there and get people really excited, but I will not sing. I mean, here on the podcast, occasionally, words of singingness might leave my mouth, words of singingness. But they're usually not good. And it's just torture, and I apologize. It's a sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. But the talkie's fine. The talkie's fine. What the fuck is coming out of my mouth today? This one is more resonant. If you look at it, look at it. It's juicy. That's a juicy one. That's super juicy. Okay. What was I talking about? I don't even know. So I love the energy of people. I love the energy of life. I'm telling you, I will walk around and I can feel your energy. I can feel like I can walk past somebody and I can tell everything about them. I can tell you where they are emotionally. I can't tell you exact things, but I can feel the energy that emits off of that person, good and bad. And I eat it alive. I eat life alive. I love to watch people. I love to watch life. And I create stories from it. And then I want to find out if those stories are right. So then I go talk to people. This right here is everything right now for me. You've just made my evening. That right there, I think you're like your positivity it's because I got crazy eyes. Wait, hold on. We just here we go. All right. Had to get this back on. See, now you can't really see the crazy eyes going on. Now it's just the sunglasses. But when you take the sunglasses off, that's some scary positivity right there. And it's not just positivity. Let me say something that really is going to blow your mind. And we did this in another show. In the other show, you don't have to be nice to be kind. I'm not necessarily nice all the time. I'm not always positive, but I am enthusiastic. That is something I learned from the Dualistic Unity guys. It's a podcast. If you haven't heard it, definitely check them out. Ray and Andrew. It could be interesting to listen to. Look, I see. Okay, that's better. But my positivity wasn't always like this, though. I wasn't always positive. I wasn't always this enthusiastic. I was dark. Look, I was a DJ for like 25 years, and it starting in very dark industries, and then ending up into my own company, which was Dream Entertainment, and I was a mobile DJ. And a club DJ and an international. Well, it was just one international gig, but I don't give a shit. That made me an international DJ. One international gig, you take it and you do it. That's what you become. So I think, no, I wasn't always like this. It was sativas that definitely changed my flow. Love me some sativa. Sativa definitely helped change my flow of life, more energy, more enthusiasm. I also think, I don't know. I think it's the joy that a lot of people miss in every single day. You know, being a Satanist, people become a Satanist because of the community, because of the people, because of the joy of the bond that people have. And you know, I gotta say, the whole, what was it, Aleister Crowley group, I studied the works of Aleister Crowley for a little while. Very interesting guy. Very interesting. Let me tell you something. I delved, when I was younger, I delved in white and black magic, which it's really not a colored magic. It's more the individual and the intention and the understanding that everything with intention has a backlash. Our lives, you know, for every spell, ooh, that's tasty. For every spell you cast against someone, it comes back against you in one way or another. Maybe professionally, maybe emotionally, relationship-wise. If it doesn't come immediately, it comes. It happens. And so, I don't know. It all comes back to living now, being now. I Here's a great way to talk about it. A lot of people will get high, and for the first time, all the baggage in their life drops, all the problems drop, all the issues drop, all the problems just stop because they're smoking that first joint and they're loving life. They're not thinking about the pain or the issues or the problems. They are just loving life right now. The smell of it, the taste of it, the friendships of it, the emotionality of it. They will eat a burger and drink a shake, and they will stop eating. They will look up and look around holding this burger. What am I eating? It's amazing. Have you tasted this burger? It's because they're living in the now. They are eating right now. They are eating and chewing and digesting and tasting every single terpene and profile and aroma that we miss. We miss because we're so busy. We miss because we're so involved in so many different things that we mentally put in our way. We miss it. So normally we eat and we just throw shit down our throats. Just chew, swallow, go, keep moving. I don't know what that was. But in that, I think that first time those people smoke a joint and now they're eating and they're drinking that shake and they're like, and this shake is so delicious. Delicious, I'm telling you. And they don't understand that it's because they're not thinking about the past. They're not thinking about the future. They're not thinking. They're just living. They're just here in the now. And if you can put that all the time, if you can make that your all the time, how amazing. How amazing. And then if you can help others get there as well. Let me see, wait, how do you deal with the change of your daughters becoming teens from kids? Wow, that was hard. Are you super aware and protective over boys? Wow, yes I am. This is something I'm just starting to have to deal with. My girls are about to be in high school. Okay. I homeschool all my kids. Why? Because I don't trust public schooling systems. And I don't trust the boys in public schooling systems, nor do I trust the influence of kids in the public schooling system because of the lack of supervision and because of the lack of understanding and the forced medication, ADD or blah, 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 classification, the overpopulation of classes because one teacher can't feasibly teach 40 kids at a time, 30 kids at a time. Look, we used to have smaller classrooms and more understanding. So how do I deal with the change of my daughters becoming teens from kids? My oldest daughter, she's 18 now, and she's a rather dark young lady. It's funny, you being a Satanist, her birthday would probably have pleased you greatly. Something I don't talk about very often. But we look at it in a very lucky way, even though it was probably the most defining and wild moment of my life. And I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. I don't even know if I'm going to talk about it today. But that being said, I could write a fucking book, but I don't have the time to write it. I'm just too fucking busy. And then if I don't write it, who's going to write it? Nobody can write it. There's too much shit going on over here. I've lived so many freaking lives, only at 50. And, well, it's okay, you're Christian now. It's good to be Christian. It's good to be anything. It's good to be anything that you may want to claim to be. When I say that, I look at religion, and religion was created by man. Religion was created by governments so that they can control people through God. But whatever you call yourself is because you love God, period, done, boom. It has nothing to do with any kind of religion. I don't give a shit. You love God, that's enough. In any way that you may call him, from any place, it's just love for an entity. It's enough. If you can love an entity, that means you can love more than just yourself. And there you go. It's enough. But to deal with my daughters becoming from kids, it's been easier because of the homeschooling. Because if my daughters were in public school and I had heard about a story where boys were, the times are different now. Times are so different now. When I grew up, we didn't have boys raping girls in restrooms in schools. We didn't have teachers. What we did, all right, the fucking teacher thing. Teachers are fucking terrible. Teachers are great as long as they're great. Okay, as long as they're great, they're great. They're great when they're great. But it just seems like things have gotten much worse. The stories have gotten so much crazier. And now, more than ever, there are more school shootings. There is more chaos. I don't feel the school systems are safe. I don't feel the teachers are empathetic and understanding to have my kids under their guidance. Your kids' understanding of the world should come from you and should come from strength. That's why I said, when you're wrong, tell them you're wrong. Be strong. Schools overwhelm, crowd them in like cattle. And are they teaching them? Or are they just running them through the paces to take tests? And is it just to give you time so that you can work and miss the most important times of their life, the most important development of their life? I changed my whole life to be part of their entire life. I changed everything I was. I don't know how much history I want to give you. I mean, when I say that, I don't mind. I give you any history. I don't give a shit. But I wanted to be more than dad, more than friend. I wanted to be educator, world shaper. I wanted them to know that you could be strong in this world, but you could be kind. But what I was saying a second ago, you don't have to be nice to be kind. You have to be understanding. You have to be empathetic. You have to be bigger than yourself, because the world is bigger than you. The emotion of the world is bigger than you. So when you can see that, then you can help others see it. Not with making them see it, but by putting kindness out in the world. And when you put that good frequency, you put that good vibration out there, they're going to feel it. They're going to feel it. They're going to spread it. And that changes the world. So that's, even though my daughter, she loves me. I mean, she goes through emotional moments, and as long as you know that these are emotional moments and they're not against you, but it's her trying to understand this world, this very harsh, very crazy world. For a kid, they look at the tiki-talker, the insta-cha-cha, and that's how they fucking learn about the world. Holy shit, I would go crazy. I would be emotional nonstop if that's how I learned about the world. And its values, and the mask that it puts on you, that you have to wear, that you have to be, the image that you have to create. So we speak about this on some of the shows, where in life we wear a mask for so many different people. And when you pull away that mask and you just wear nothing, you just be you, authentically, the world changes drastically. So I don't know. How do I deal with my daughters? I just try to raise them the right way. Learn how to make a fire. Learn how to tell which mushrooms are good and bad, not just psilocybin, not just the red caps. No. Just how to forage, how to find the right foliage, the flora and the fauna. My land, my 7 acres here, we create it as a botanical garden. Not just for the education of my kids, but for the life of people here. The butterflies and the hummingbirds. And it is magical. But it wasn't like that when we got here. We had to create that world. That world was so different when we first got this land. So, I don't know, when did I pull them out of public school? So the twins, I pulled them out in like 3rd grade. And my daughter in kindergarten, my oldest daughter. And then since then, we've done homeschooling for all of them. It changes your life. It changes your world. There really is no more going out and doing things without them. I mean, it's all education. But keep in mind, the beginning of my kids' homeschooling education, we sold the house in Texas. I bought an RV, a 45-foot fifth wheel, shoved everybody in that, and then we traveled the country for like 7 years. That's a hell of an education. I mean, we would read about the Civil War. So you know what we did? We were like, let's go to Gettysburg. We drove to Gettysburg and spent a month on the battlefields, a month learning about like the first casualty of Gettysburg wasn't even a soldier. It was a young lady that wasn't even involved in anything. There's a place called Devil's Den. The Spirit, we stayed at a campground, and I wish I could remember the Drummer Boy. That's it. Drummer Boy Park. So at night, it's on a battlefield. It's on a battlefield. So we were staying in this section, and in the distance, the fog coming in, we could see people. I'm telling you, like marching. Gideon was so scared. He jumped into the RV because we were staying right on the battlefield. Most incredible experience ever. I couldn't move. I was frozen, not in fear, but in excitement. And we also went to another place where many people were hung on this bridge, and the energy that this place, I love to ghost hunt. But I don't really think it's ghosts. I think it's us. But like just another realm. We're off of our physical meat bodies, and we're just our energetic, resonance or something. I don't know. We're not going to get into that right now either. Let me see. Wait. Did you guys have to like tell the government so you didn't get into trouble? I told the government they can go fuck themselves. I told the public municipalities they could take it right up the rear. Oh, I got angry. They were trying to put all my kids on medication, and it was just by random, so that people didn't realize they were all my kids because different ages, and the twins. So they suggested one goes on medication because of these certain behaviors. And then they suggested another one, which was the perfect kid. Perfect freaking kid. Never had issues, but they're suggesting he go on medication. I'm like, this is really fucking weird. And then they started suggesting my daughter goes on medication. I'm like, whoa. They're dealing with a lot emotionally. My mom was dying. She was in the hospital, and she wasn't dying. We thought she was recovering. Anyways, so they hadn't seen their grandmother in a long time, and we were going through a huge emotional thing in my life. I was losing my mother to cancer. And so, of course, the kids are going to be going through a lot emotionally, but they really weren't showing it. And they were still going to school, and they were being great. And for people that are not licensed to try to get them on medication, I felt bamboozled. I felt railroaded. I felt hurted. I said, no more. No more. At the time, look, I turned to Angie and I said, no more. We have to put our foot down as people, as parents, as the future of this country, of this world, of something. We have to stand for fucking more. And we can't let these people influence our children or teach them the wrong history. I got out of school, I had to unlearn and relearn everything. Holy shit, what I unlearned and relearned. In my life, now my understanding of the world around me is night and day, and so much fuller. I could have had this in school. I could have had this as part of my development, but I didn't. And I could have. So my kids did. All of my kids have had this as part of their development, as part of their initial creative, juice flowing kind of shit. But this is the basis. It's the individual creativity that we are killing in public school systems. And I heard Trump wants to get rid of the public school system. Good. Good. Put the education back at home. Put the education back in the family. We have given our children to the government for so long for them to educate and to dumb down our society. We should take back intelligence. Take back the creativity. Take back our children. See, it gets me angry. I'm sorry. It gets me angry because we have trusted in a government that has not only lied to us and done us wrong, but have dumbed down our kids and thrown them on medication. And now they are dependent the rest of their lives on this medication, on this control. Oh. It brings out the inner Frenchman, the very angry Frenchman. And there's no French in my family whatsoever. None. But my love of cheese, I don't know. I have from fromage, I love the cheese. I love the cheese so much. Maybe too much. Okay. I don't know. I did have to do some things. We did, in Texas, we registered my twins and my daughter in the homeschooling program where we were reporting every 6 months. We would just tell them their grades and their standards and where they're at. And then every year they would have to take a test. But then when we moved, they stopped taking the tests. And recently my boys got their GED. So done. And daughter's about to do the same thing. And we're bringing up the youngest one the same way. But we do register anywhere we go with any homeschooling initiatives and homeschooling groups, so that so there are records showing that there is direct education, and the curriculum is every day. It's not sitting down for 7 hours. You are learning all the time when it comes to homeschool. You are learning night and day. You are learning at every opportunity how to cook. You are learning how to create, how to write, how to, research. And I think my worst skill is anything mathematics. I mean, my mathematical skills are acceptable, but you start getting into some of this shit, wow. I don't even know where X is supposed to go. Only asking because I'd love to pull my girls out of school too. We're in Maryland. Okay, so we were staying in Finksburg, Maryland. Finksburg. Angie's dad lives in Finksburg. And Maryland is terrible. And the fucking schooling system there is so... Everybody there is so angry because it's fucking cold. And it rains. It rains and it's cold. That's why... And because food is so expensive. Your food is incredibly expensive. I travel a lot, so I see the cost of different places. But you don't realize it because you're there. It's like the frog in the boiling pot of water. As it gets hotter, the frog doesn't know, but the water's getting hotter. As they raise the prices on you, you just don't know anymore. And you just don't... I'm not going to get into it, but Maryland's a hard place. It really is. Beautiful place, but hard. Do you have any websites or books you recommend to have middle schoolers read and research? Abso-flippin-lutely. Khan Academy is number one. Number one thing to get into is Khan Academy. No, I'm not being rude. It's not... All right, as I travel, I judge people by fast food employees. I don't eat fast food, but fast food drive-thrus. And so if I happen to be, going through a fast food drive-thru, there was a place called Burger Ranch or whatever. It was like Texas Burger. It's in Maryland. And I'm from Texas. And so, I call Texas home. But even though I'm in Florida, I still call Texas home. Anyways, it was like some Texas burger and in the drive-thru. And people have never been more mean. And in Texas, they're not mean. They're not like that. But when I was in Maryland, it's just so mean. And it wasn't mean to me, just mean in life, mean and angry at their environment and situations. And that's what I found in most people until they got high. And then when people in Maryland get high, they're perfectly fine. Everybody's perfectly fine when they get high. but and we still have family and friends in Maryland, in Finksburg. I got into like 3 car accidents in 2 weeks. When I went up there to visit, 3 car accidents in 2 weeks. 3 in 2 weeks. It was just, I was in Baltimore, and on a one-way road, and like 300, 400 feet in front of me, there's a car. Like, we're going, and there's a car, and it puts its lights in reverse. I look over at Ange, I'm like, huh? So I stop, and the car is backing up towards me. So I'm honking my horn for it to stop. And it's enough time where I got the window open. I'm screaming, hey, honking. And there's somebody on the road over there watching, like, yeah, people do this all the time. I'm like, what? And the lady hits me, backs up and hits me. And the guy's like, don't worry, I just saw that. And so I'm like, so what? What is going on? This is like absolutely crazy. So I got out of the car. I walked around. I'm like, are you okay? And the lady looks over and takes off. I'm like, what kind of a place is this? All right, get me out of here. Just get me out of Baltimore. Oh, I can't. So, no, I traveled so many different places, and the cost of living is just absolutely wild. No, I understand. Look, my kids came out of school. Make sure you just register them with homeschooling programs. Make sure you have a full curriculum. Get lots of workbooks. But ABC Mouse is huge until 2nd grade. And then Khan Academy is fantastic. But these are just your online resources, and it's just part of it. You've got individual, like we pick up a lot of do-it-at-home science projects, and I'm on a mailing program where we get kits at home, and I'll try to find where they are. But we get kits that we could do at home. So at home projects, we make soap, we do this, we do that. So we have home ec, we have science projects, we make volcanoes. And then even throughout the years, we had biology experiments. We dissected a frog. I remember doing this in school. I wasn't as grossed out. I was much more grossed out. But I guess the frog we were dissecting was huge. It was just an enormous frog. I don't know where the hell they sourced this frog. It was just huge. I'm like, so it was grosser because it was bigger. So we have ducks on the land, and ducks are delicious. I don't eat a lot of meat, but if I'm going to eat meat, I'm going to eat some meat, like a good piece of meat. I don't know. And so Muscovy ducks have a red meat, and they are the most delicious. But Muscovies are like rat ducks. And then Peking ducks are the white ducks. Those are Chinese ducks. They're not Chinese ducks, but Chinese food. I guess because of the oiliness of the meat or something. I don't know. Anyways, so we have a lot of ducks. And the reason we have so many ducks is because I can't kill them. I mean, it's traumatic. And then once you kill it, you have to get all the feathers off. And then you've got to skin it. And then, or at least quarter it, or, do what you got to do. And then freeze it. Well, actually, no. Once you cut the thing up, then you have to let it sit on ice for a period of time until all the blood leaves. It's a process. It's gross. So I can't do it. I just can't. So instead, we just use them. We collect their shit and we put it on all the plants, because duck shit on plants are fantastic. And the eggs are like the best for baking. So you can't kill the ducks. You find something else you can use them for. There you go. What was I talking about? It doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. We don't claim Baltimore as Southerners, and that's but you guys have great crabs. Oh, the crabs on the newspaper and the Keno, playing Keno, eating crabs and having a cold beer. Sometimes there's nothing better. Y'all in Maryland know how to live. Let me tell you what, some blue crabs, So, so, boom. And some of the best crab cakes I've had anywhere. Some of the best. So there you go, Maryland. I definitely some awesome stuff. But that's what this is, y'all. If you're, by the way, if you're just coming onto the show or you're catching this later, you're here for the Sunday Smoke Sesh. This is highly motivated. It's a conversation. It's a smoke. It's getting serious. Look, we're talking about homeschooling kids. We're talking about taking back our own education, taking back our own understanding. And the reason I don't get political on the show, because I get very emotional about where we are as people. You know, we don't fight enough for our freedom, or for our freedom, for our voice to be heard, and for change to be a big, you know, in the 60s and 70s, they marched, and it wasn't about the internet because they didn't have it. They took over city blocks. They took over and they peacefully protested, and sometimes not so peacefully. But they used their energy and they used their force to change the world around them. And now we seem like just very complacent, and we let the world change around us, you know, too easily. We sit back too much just to watch it instead of being involved as part of it. So I'll tell you what helps my emotional issue that I had earlier. Oh, that's good. I like that. Yeah. Orange too nice. East side. Gang, gang. I told you before the show, I had no energy. Before the show, I wasn't down. I was overwhelmed. I needed the gratitude and the celebration of this podcast. You know, this is a place to celebrate life. Your own life, our lives together as people, as community, and as you as an individual. You know, it's a moment to celebrate those moments in between, those laughs in between, the history that I have traveling around the country, and the places that I've learned. Like, I see that you're in Maryland. We went to West Virginia, from West Virginia into Maryland. It's like so close. It's so close. And I heard banjos the whole time, mostly in West Virginia. There were places I just did not want to drive. And I'd hear some shit and be like, no, we're turning around. I just don't feel safe. No. I was on the road for quite some time. There's actually a video on YouTube. If you're on my YouTube, there's a video that this dude, Reggie from the Road, Reggie on the Road, Reggie from the Road or Reggie on the Road. Wait, what was rude? What did I do this time? Whatever. Sorry, not sorry. Or maybe really sorry if I was rude, but then not at the same time, since I can't remember. Reggie from the Road did this video of me while I was inside. Where was it? Okay, Reggie from the Road. We were in Texas, in Lake Hills, Texas, right above San Antonio, in the hill country of Texas. And I was a cook. Well, I was not a cook, but I was a cook at the cafe at this campground that people came from all over the country to eat at this place. So it was really a wild thing. I mean, we stayed there for a long time, like 2 years? No, a year we stayed there, maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, as we were traveling around the country, and so I was a cook, and this guy, he was a filmmaker, Reggie from the Road, or Reggie on. It's Reggie from the Road or Reggie on the Road. But if you look him up on the Tube of You or the YouTuber, the YouTuber. He has some really incredible work, and he has showcased the life of so many great people. So many great people. So really an awesome dude. Really should probably get more. He should probably get more video play. He does a lot of videos. He's a funny guy. And so, anyway, so he did the video, and there's a video of me on my YouTube on the Oregonji. So if you look up Oregonji for YouTube Oregonji, there you go. You'll find it. And there's also one where there's a acting. I don't even want to talk about it. It was just ridiculous. If I ever want to really embarrass myself, that was the true embarrassment. Terrible acting. Like that showed me I was like just shitty at acting. I just can't act. I'm like bad at it. I can talk fine on a camera. I just can't act. I have to be real. And it was snitches get stitches. Snitches get stitches, and it's somewhere on my tube. And so you can find it somewhere there, and that's probably the most embarrassing video. No, wait, there's another one. I was on a hoverboard, one of those smart balance wheels, and I was doing a Tai Chi something. That one is funny. They're all funny. And you look back at these things, and none of them to me are embarrassing. They are great learning moments and having fun. Just being you. And I it's great. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about right now. Oh, videos on the YouTube. Listen, I want to tell everybody before I get too far. I was like gratitude and celebration right here on the show. Sharing stories, talking about my childhood, listening to yours and your questions about, about different things, about education, about, and about different happenings. That's everything. That's the gratitude. That's the celebration of life that we are all doing right now. That's what the smoke sesh is all about. The smoke sesh is all about celebrating our lives, celebrating the magic that creates the joy in our life. The history of it is joy. And I don't live it. I live it right now. See, time is neither here nor there. It is right now. So in that, I show gratitude to all of you for your stories and for your energy, for you coming here. I don't know. In a world where I struggle for authenticity, and that's why I kind of started these shows, is to find my authentic self, to talk authentically, to be authentic, to be open to all of you, to myself, to the world. I have nothing to hide. I don't hide my emotion anymore. I don't hide my questions. I don't get embarrassed. I don't really, I don't really care anymore what anybody thinks of me other than the energy that I try to put out. Sometimes I know it's a lot. Sometimes I know it could be too much, but I'm not lessening my energy for anybody. I am not being less of Oren at any moment, ever again. And neither should you. You should never lessen your energy to make anybody else comfortable. You should never lessen your energy or lessen your intelligence to make somebody more comfortable. Never. Be the authentic you. And that's power. That's magic. That is a whole new understanding of life, because you no longer hold anything against yourself, and you no longer ever hold anything against anybody else. You approach life without expectation. So everything is exciting. Everything. I like that. I'll never lessen my Oren. Your inner Oren. You'll be like, you'll think about it later. You're like, no. The Oren in me has to come out. It's going to become a thing now. Now it will become a thing. That'll be like my legacy. Your inner Oren has to come out. It's like the Sham Wow guy. I used to love those guys. Look, until I found out the one guy was like I think he died because of cocaine overdose or something. It was like method. It was something serious. It was like rhinoceros steroids or something. I don't know. But the ShamWow guy, and there was another dude, the wax on, wax off dude. No, Billy Mays. Billy Mays was probably the most incredible salesman with his energy. But his energy was a lot. His energy was forced. His energy wasn't real. It was cocaine. Somebody accused me recently. I was doing an event in Mount Dora, Cannabis Festival. And somebody in the Reddit comments was talking about me, how there was this dude that was super crazy and they're like, and hyped up on something. I'm like, life. But people don't realize that. You know, and you know, like just super energy, just way out there, and I don't know, said some things that I don't give a shit. I know my energy is unmatched, and that's my skill. That's my ability. Look, when I work, I can go longer, go further, do more. There is no stop. There's just go, 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 and it's the same energy from morning to night. I don't take a lunch. I don't take breaks. I get it done. I'll eat later. I got shit to do. And the energy and enthusiasm that I approach every day with is what I approach every client with. Every client gets the energy. I mean, when I'm at a festival or an event, I bring out the inner Orin. I unleash the full Orin. I unleash the full Orin. That's what I do. At an event or festival. And if somebody doesn't like it, somebody doesn't like it. I don't give a shit. It's what I do. It's he's got to come out. It's the festival Orin. But then there's the everyday Orin, which is not like that. It's kind of more like this. Maybe slightly toned down. No. It's exactly like this. This is the everyday Orin. So you can imagine festival Orin is like just insane. Sorry, crazy eyes. The music right now kind of sounds a little bit like Ghostbustery. If you can't hear the music right now, then I'm just dancing to myself. But I swear, if you listen, there's some music playing somewhere. Always, if you listen, there is some music playing somewhere. And that is the beauty of life. So bad for me, but that was so delicious. And I see I've gone over the 2-hour mark. I want to remind you that you can find me again right here. Same place, same time, Wednesday on the Wednesday Smoke Sesh. Also Friday, same place, same time. 3 times a week, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, or we're starting today. So Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, you find me right here, same place, same time on the YouTuber, on the Facebook, on the Twitch, and on the LinkedIn. I do want to mention, if you're watching me on Facebook, I apologize. I don't see your comments. I'm on the restream, and on the restream, I'm lucky I see any comments. So thank you for all that are commenting. I see comments from Twitch. I see them from YouTube, and I see them, I think, from LinkedIn. But again, from the Facebook, you know, they're stingy. They don't want to share their comments. They just don't want to share. I don't know what it is. Absolutely. LinkedIn is a great place to reach me, and that's as Oren, O-R-A-N, and then Allen, A-L-L-E-N. You could DM me there. DM me. DM. Direct message. See, old people have to remind themselves what the fucking abbreviations are sometimes. I mean, but no, so LinkedIn seems to be the best place. Also, if you go to Oregonji.com, at Oregonji.com, if you scroll to the very bottom of the page, you can before the bottom, you can sign up for the giveaways and for the specials that come out every once in a blue moon. Even though when they come out, there's gonna be crazy great specials, and there you go. But at the very bottom is my contact, my email, and phone number. I am there to also, if you have cannabis questions on our cannabis education side, you'll notice on Oregonji.com, we have new articles that I am constantly posting, teaching about really the understanding of cannabis, more than just getting high. It's unlearning and relearning cannabis. Remember, Friday we made tea. And tea, we're dealing with THCA, CBGA, CBDA, all in their acidics, and the acidics are amazing in the body. So we're talking about quick assimilation into the bloodstream, not losing any of those cannabinoids, because we're not doing a total decarboxylation, but instead we are doing a partial decarboxylation at a low heat from like between 200 and 225. Cannabis doesn't start to change or decarboxylate until 250 degrees. So when you're making a tea, you're doing it below that, and you're giving it an opportunity to do a partial change. And you can take that partial change. I don't know what I'm doing. So anyways, last week we made tea. We're always going to be talking about new things on the website, but definitely you can send me messages there. 3 times a week, we are here. 3 times a week. And even if I'm not totally feeling the show, I'm still going to do it. Even if right before the show, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where I am. But I'll be like, but you got the show. I have the show. I have to do the show. I will turn the show on, and then boom, I'm there. I'm like, it's a different energy. It's a different vibe. It's the community of all of us together. It's the smoke sesh. And that's all it is. No expectations, no topics. I mean, we have a topic. And then sometimes we don't have a topic. You know, we have a topic, we don't have a topic. That's exactly what it is. That's the smoke sesh. That's what this is. It's a little bit of education. It's a little bit of talk. It's a little bit of therapy. You know, it's so many different things. It just becomes, and it happens. And that's what this is. So I'm coming to you live from Florida, and you know, we're gonna keep going here in this crazy Florida man state. Florida's wild. It's wild. Yeah, enjoy your cold weather wherever you are. I know we're not that cold, but I'm gonna complain anyways. You know, if it's not like perfect temperature and I have like a bacon lime margarita in my hand, then I'm just not happy. And that bacon lime margarita I had at the state fair in Texas. That's where it was, like towards Dallas, or it was in Dallas. Was it in Dallas? It was in Dallas. Dallas smells funny. Dallas smelled like sewage. I'm sorry, Dallas people, Dallasians, whatever. I love Texans. I do. I love everybody Texas. Texas is amazing. But I'm sorry, Dallas smells like shit. I said it. Plano smells like shit. Plano and Dallas both smell like shit. Okay, that was it. I'm sorry. I went to a balloon festival in Plano. Gorgeous. Smelled like shit. But looked amazing. It looked amazing. Yeah. Okay. What a great way to end the show. Talk shit about Dallas and Plano. Just really drive that home. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for coming to Highly Motivated, being a part of the vibe, being a part of the show, being a part of the community. And remember, be kind. Be 10% more kind whenever you can. A little more empathy, a little more understanding. That's it. You don't have to be nice to be kind. You don't have to be a pushover to be kind. Be strong, be amazing, be powerful, but be kind, because people need that. Even if That's all we can be. And all we can do, be it. Do it. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this. I'm going to go check on my daughter. I'm going to see if her fever hasn't gone too far. I've got to get maybe more medication for her. You know, I worry a lot. I'm a helicopter parent, and I stay very part of my kids' life because I want them to know that if they ever need me, I'm always there. I will never judge them. I will only be there to help, to support, just to be a dad. And I love it. I love it. And you've got to love it. You've got to love it. You've got to want it. And you've got to love it. And I love them. And no matter how, you know, how smart each one is, or how strong each one is, or how creative each one is, they're all amazing. And that's the greatest thing. So I just want them to have a better life. And I stay very close. They always consult with me with a lot of their decisions, and they may not take my, you know, advice, but at least they listen. And that's a great thing. It's a great thing to teach your kids to do, is just to listen. Yeah. Sometimes we have to stop speaking and just listen. That's my lesson sometimes. I have to shut up. Anyways, okay. So, okay. Be amazing. Be everything you want to be. Manifest the life that you want to have. See it and believe it. Don't need it. Don't want it. Believe it. That's it. Have a great night. I'll see you all again on, today's Sunday. Today's Sunday. See you all again Wednesday. That's it. See you Wednesday. Be amazing. Be safe. Be fantastic. Because you already know that you're amazing. You are amazing. Have an amazing week.